Hello and welcome to this video. Today I'm going to be making an analysis of Hims and Hers. Now if you like this video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and of course remember this isn't financial advice, it's purely for educational and entertainment purposes. Now if you don't know what Hims and Hers is, it is a telehealth community platform or a online pharmacy you might say, and they have a subscriber based model, and they are quite interesting. Given the fact that how little Americans have insurance, because if you don't know this, they only operate in the United States at the moment, and many people don't have insurance, and because of the way that Hims and Hers make or operate their platform, they are quite much cheaper than many others. So it is a very interesting company with a very nice business case, if you ask me. And also recently we did see this, as you can see here, back in the early days of 25, we did see it increase a lot. As you can see, we have also seen just increase overall quite nicely since 23, and that is because they were allowed to make a compound weight loss drug, the ones that Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk sell, where they were allowed to make a compound drug. That is where you take other drugs would have the same effect as maybe Wegovy or Zepbound, and then they can sell that cheaper. But however, it did just come out that they are no longer allowed to do that by the 22nd of May. That is why we did see this huge fall in the early days, or days of March, because it came out that they were no longer allowed to do that. However, I still think the business case for Hims and Hers is there, as they recently just made a partnership with Novo Nordisk, which is the biggest selling company of weight loss drugs in the world at the moment. So that is quite interesting, and just all over, it is a great company, and the business plan of this company is insanely great, and I think it's gonna be better and better as less and less Americans can afford healthcare. I think this online pharmacy type company is just gonna be insanely great to own. I have to say, I personally don't own any of them, but I do like the company quite a lot, so I am of course a bit biased. Now, as you can see in their earnings, they sometimes produce great earnings, sometimes they miss. As you can see in the late stages of 24, they surprised by 187%, which would be this one right here. As you can see, they were estimated to make 11 cents on the dollar for each share, and they actually made 32, which is quite great. As you can see, the last earnings that in Q5 of 22, which was 2 days ago, as you can see, they also surprised by 65%, so also quite great. This is also a reason why we see this huge increase in shares today. And as you can see, we recently just hit this golden cross, which of course is a sign of upwards momentum. We are, however, also quite high in the RSI. As you can see, we are a bit overbought at the moment. That is what this green color shows, and also the fact that we are above 70, which means that we are overbought. So chances are it's going to stable off a bit, and then it's going to increase more, or it's going to tank. That is often how it happens when in these companies when they trade above the a 70 RSI. Now dividends, they don't pay out any dividends, and you can probably guess right down here, as you can see, because last year was the first year they actually made over $1 billion, and they have lost money until then, and that is simply because they is a relatively new company, and they need to build a subscriber base, and so they can make actual revenue, which only last year was quite great. But as you can see, they are just increasing their revenue more and more. So very interesting. A bit sad that I didn't get in earlier. I was planning on buying this back in early 24, but sadly I didn't do it because I had other plans. Of course, sometimes we miss those investments, but it is a great company. So if you have a lot of capital on the side, I would say maybe wait a bit until we see a better RSI, but then it would be a great opportunity to get into the stock at the moment. As you can see for the seasonals down here, it was firstly traded back in 19. As you can see, so many years, it is very nice to its investors. As you can see, we had 2 poor years, 21 down by 58%, 22 down by 5%, 19 only plus 1%, but it's better than losing money. And then look at all these years, 40%, 47%, 101%, and 150%. So they are very nice to their investors in these recent years. So of course, that is amazing. Now, if we look at the technicals here for the day, as you can see, it is a buy, and for the month, it is a strong buy, just given how rapidly we are increasing from this bottom. We did lie on a support level right here, as you can see, and then we did see this increase from the start of April. As you can see, we did lie flat here for a while, and then we late April, we did see a huge rise. That was also when it was noted that they made a partnership with Novo Nordisk, as I said earlier, about being able to sell Ozempic and Wegovy in their stores, or their online pharmacy. So quite great at the moment, and I think we are gonna break this within a month or two, up at about 73. So I think it is gonna break the currently highest price. Now the analyst rating on this are neutral. As you can see, they are quite all over the place. So we do have 5 strong buy, 9 hold, 1 sell, and 1 strong sell. I personally do like it a lot when they have so many different valuations from analysts, not valuations, but analysis price points, because this means that a lot of different opinions are on the stock, which means that sometimes you can really get lucky and get in when it's cheap. However, I do think it is a bit underrated by analysts at the moment, just because I do think it's being underplayed how valuable a company like this is in the USA, because of how many people are going to be losing their health insurance in the coming years just due to inflation and the fact that less and less Americans have it already. So I do think it is quite cheap. I don't like this, what can you say, average price point for the end of the year. I think, to be honest, this one is more realistic. The max at 85. I do think it is going to sit at a maybe 80, low 80 at the end of the year, or at least it's going to hit it this year, because but then again, as I said, I am quite biased. So that is at least what I'm thinking. You can also just see down here in their estimated earnings, do think they're going to earn more and more money over the years, of course, as they build a subscriber platform. You can also just look at their financials up here. As you can see, online is almost most of their business. We have a small amount of wholesale, and you can barely see it up here. And you saw it was only in the United States. So yeah, I do love the stock, I have to say. Now, if you did like this video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And of course, if you want me to make analysis of any other companies, please leave them in the comment section below.